Robert Demrin, one word to describe this epic 11-shot victory at the Northern Trust for one Dustin Johnson.
Damon, I said that it is unbelievable. I don't know if you're supposed to put the dash after the knee or before the VABLE. But anyway, I wanted to put the fact that I think it was his knee and the knee surgery that was causing the lack of consistency through large chunks of this year. There still were some lack of consistency not that long ago, but man, when he's on, he is good. So the knee is not a concern anymore. It was unbelievable, Damon.
Unbelievable. You get it, Paige?
I understand it now,
Okay,
I guess,
yeah.
at least what it was trying to
slowly.
be. I'm going to go with stunning. For me, it was stunning when you see the leaderboard and you see somebody at 30 under par and the next closest is at 19 under. It made me double take. I mean, I knew I was watching it, and then at the very end, when they do flash it up there, it's pretty remarkable and stunning in
I love
all of it.
It's a fantastic word. As we look at this leaderboard, it's remarkable. 30 under is as if he was playing his own golf course, his own tournament. It was prodigious. It was a prodigious 11-shot victory, not just the length off the tee, but the precision on and around the greens. For someone who, Paige, just a few weeks ago was shooting 80, 80, 78. And here's the tweet from another prodigious player, Justin Thomas. What did DJ just do? I mean, I hate the joke and it gets way overused, but what course? I just said this, JT. What course did you just play? 30 under, unreal. What did we learn about Dustin Johnson this week, Paige?
A little bit of everything. To me, what stood out, and I could use this as a one word, is omnipresent. Because Dustin Johnson, earlier this season, we talked, when the COVID break happened, there's going to be a shortened season. Will we see Dustin Johnson win this year? Is he going to keep the win streak alive? Is he still relevant? He only had 2 top 10s between his runner-up finish at PGA Championship and the win at Travelers. A pretty remarkable stretch for a player that is typically, on the top of his game more often. And I think what we learned is that you can never count him out, because just a couple of weeks removed from a pair of 80s, we see him with a record-setting event.
And working his way up the all-time career PGA Tour wins list, tying Raymond Floyd at 22, Jim Barnes, Johnny Farrell as well. How about for you, Robert Demrin? What did you learn about DJ this week?
Well, that he's still got it, and when he does have it, it's as good or better than anyone. I thought maybe it was his age, maybe it was, apathy a little bit, which we can understand when the guy gets to 20 wins and then 21, if he doesn't have the heart to keep trying as hard and keep doing what it takes to be the best Dustin Johnson can be, which obviously is pretty good. But yes, he still does have it. He does have the heart, and he's got the drive. We all knew he had the game. We know he's got the ability to light the fields up. We've seen him win by multiple shots before. He won by 8 at Tournament Champions, 5 at Mexico, but 11 at this golf course, 30 under at this golf course. We're saying it so much each time when Rory goes on a run or Justin goes on a run or now DJ or Brooks. Is this the best in the world? And the answer, I think, to all of them is yes. And right now it's DJ.
You mentioned Brooks, and I want to throw this out there. Brooks was tough on DJ at the PGA Championship when he was asked about the leaderboard, and DJ, well, he's only won 1 major, I've won 4. Any aspect of this victory in your mind is Dustin Johnson showing, hey, I pay attention, I hear things, I can be motivated for reasons maybe just beyond my own greatness?
Maybe. I think it's more likely that he figured something out, whether it was health or his game, and played really great for 2 weeks in a row. I'm not going to put a lot of stock into it because DJ didn't seem to be too ruffled by it.
Right.
But maybe. I mean, people find motivation everywhere.
This is sports. This is competition. And even Brooks was saying, hey, the media, you guys oversold our relationship. We worked out together for 2 years under Joey D. So we've watched this relationship evolve. Robert, do you see any aspect at all that this was, in some ways, a return of serve, Andre Agassi style, to Brooks Koepka's taunt, if you will?
Surely the media doesn't sensationalize golf media or otherwise. I mean, the implication is kind of hurtful to me. No, if it were anyone else, I would think that Dustin. If it were anyone else, yes, I would say that they got that motivation. I don't think Dustin really cares. I think he meant it. Obviously, it meant more to Rory McIlroy because he gave a long couple answers about it at the press conference last week, and Dustin just, okay, no, It doesn't mean anything to me, and I tend to believe him. He is the same guy we've known forever. It's not like he's going to start taking things to heart all of a sudden. And, at the end of the day, I don't think he cares what Brooks says or thinks. He's content in his own skin. Brooks has the major trophies. DJ's got a lot more trophies, PGA Tour trophies, and I think they're both pretty content in their own skin where they are.
Speaking of things the media says, you said last week that Bryson DeChambeau was by far the favorite to win the FedEx Cup. Have you changed your mind after watching Dustin Johnson?
I couldn't change my mind, not yet. Well, okay, so you can't expect a guy to do this again. Even Dustin Johnson, he's not going to go shoot 30 under again at Olympia Fields, a place where, by the way, Bryson did win the U.S. Amateur. But it wasn't that long ago, and we get so caught up in the newness of what's going on now because there's so many great players, but it wasn't that long ago that Dustin was shooting 80, 78 at 3M and then withdrawing with a back injury. I've had those kind too, where I've just played bad and my back starts to hurt terribly. And then he comes back. So because Bryson missed the cut this week, and because of the way the setup are now with the playoffs, with the staggered start, really, if you're Bryson, you're going to start, if it's DJ or whoever's leading, you're going to start 2, 3, 4 shots behind them and then just go at it. Yeah. Bryson's still very explosive. He's still incredibly long and straight on a course that you need to be long and straight when you get to Eastlake. So I'm not going to let 1 week, shake my foundations. I still think that when it comes to Eastlake, Bryson's the guy to watch.
Wow. Paige, how about you?
I actually think I posed the question about Bryson because of his history both at TPC Boston as well as Olympia Fields this week. But I've always, kind of locked up with Justin Thomas this year. I felt like over the last couple of years, actually, I felt like he was the guy to beat. So I'm going to keep riding that horse through to Eastlake and think he's the favorite just because I've kind of always looked at him to have a great year and a great finale to the year.
We'll need to hear Dustin Johnson say he feels the FedEx Cup is a gap on the resume that he wants to fill in the next couple of weeks.